Hello there, and thank you for tuning in to another cooking video. Today I'm going to show you how I make creamy mustard chicken. Now this originated from France, I believe, the Dijon region, and it was actually created by accident when a pot of mustard fell into a chicken meal that was being cooked on the hob at the time. It is delicious and it's easy to cook, so please give it a try. So here's a list of the ingredients. They're all readily available at your local supermarket. So let's take a look at how we put it all together and make a delicious meal. Right, we'll start off with the herbs. Basically you need a handful of parsley, thyme and tarragon. I tend to remove the leaves off the stalks, especially with thyme, because the stalks on thyme can be a bit sort of twiggy, for want of a better word. So just try and get as many of the leaves off the stalks that you can. I mean, obviously if there's soft stalks in the thyme, you could probably leave that in. Once you've done that, just bunch it all together and chop it up. Chop it up fairly finely. It's going to get mixed in with the meal later on in the cooking process. Once you've chopped it up, just put it on a plate and put it to one side. So now we need 6 cloves of garlic. I've already peeled these, so what I want to do is just crush them onto a plate, and then we'll add that during the cooking process after we put the onions in. So just crush them up. Scrape all the excess off the crusher. Then put your plate to one side. Now it's the turn of the onions. Just chop these up fairly finely. 2 onions. Just finish that off, put them in a bowl and put them to one side. Waste not, want not. Right, now we need 3 rashers of bacon. This needs to be sort of roughly chopped into bite-sized pieces. These are going to get fried until they're sort of crispy. I tend to use a pair of scissors to chop bacon up. It's easier. I suppose you could layer them all on top of each other and use a knife. But scissors it is for me. I find it sort of therapeutic. No idea why. Maybe my analyst could answer that question, if I had one. So again, once that's done, just put the plate to one side. Now we're going to butterfly the chicken. I think that's the term they use. Basically, you're taking two breasts and cutting them along their length, halfway through them. So you're reducing their thickness by about a half. I think with butterfly you actually leave them joined together, but here I just cut them straight in half, as you can see. You want to cut off any unsavoury bits like that. I just put them into a bowl, because we're going to add some seasoning to it after we've done this. I tend to find a filleting knife is sort of quite handy for this, because you can be quite accurate with it. So now your chicken's in a bowl, it's time to add some herbs. So we'll start off with a tablespoon of garlic powder, just sprinkle it on. You want to get it on all of the chicken. I'm probably actually doing things the hard way here. What I should have done was just left the cut up chicken on the chopping board and then just seasoned it, or seasoned each side, and just flip them over and season the other side. What I'm doing here is just putting it all in a bowl and then mixing it up. The end result is the same, it's just harder. Okay, you need a nice bit of pepper on this. So basically what you've done here, you've put in a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of garlic powder, lots of pepper and a bit of salt. And then you just want to make sure that all the chicken pieces are coated on both sides with the seasoning. So to go with the chicken, I've decided to actually do some mash and also some broccoli with it. So basically what we're going to do is just peel 4 spuds, which we're then going to put in a pot and boil. Make sure you put them in a pot of water, otherwise they'll go a funny colour. I tend to cut them in half just so that they boil more quickly. So that's your spuds in a pot of water. Just add some salt. And these will normally be boiled for about, I don't know, 20 minutes until you can run a fork through them. So now we're going to do some broccoli, and that just went on the floor.
Okay.
That's just... What I tend to do with the broccoli is steam it, and I steam it with the water that I'm using to boil the potatoes. So you let the potatoes run and then put the top of the steamer on top of where the potatoes are. Give the broccoli a quick wash. You don't know where it's been. Right, now we're going to fry the chicken. So we add 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. And then just set your hob to a medium heat and let it heat up. Okay, the oil's now hot, so we're going to put the chicken pieces in. What you want to do with these is fry them for about 3 minutes on each side. Then we're going to add some butter and then just fry them until they're a sort of golden brown. Chicken butterflied and fried like this is actually a good basis for a lot of other meals. I mean, I suppose you could do something like Kentucky fried chicken like this if you put them in breadcrumbs. They do look very nice. And you can try all sorts of different seasonings with it as well. Love pan fried chicken. Right, now you've done your 3 minutes on each side, you're going to add the butter and just fry until golden brown. I tend to try and just make sure that the chicken is nice and white on the inside, so I sort of break it apart a little bit just to check. Once your chicken's done, take it out of the pan and put to one side. You could eat that by itself. It's much better with the sauce. I think my dog would definitely eat it. She eats anything. Right, now you're going to fry the bacon, and you're going to fry it until it's sort of crispy. And once that's crispy, then you just take it out and put it on top of the chicken. Ready for the next step. Pretty much done now, so you're just going to take it out. You want to leave the oil in the pan because you want to fry the onions next. And in they go, chopped onion. Now basically you just fry this until it's soft. It'll take on some of the colour which is already in the pan from frying the chicken. Don't worry about that, it's fine. steam you see on the bottom right of the picture is actually the potatoes, which I've got boiling to make the mash with. Right, so your onions are sort of nice and soft and translucent, so add the garlic and cook it for about a minute. Mix it all in. Now you need 125 milliliters of white wine, and cook this for 2 minutes, thereabouts. Again, mix it all in. Now your mustard, Dijon mustard, 30 grams. You can add a bit of whole grain mustard as well if you want. I haven't in this particular video simply because I didn't have any. If I had some whole grain mustard, I probably would have added about 10 grams of it, as well as the Dijon mustard. You can actually overdo it with the Dijon mustard because it makes it a little too tangy if you put too much mustard in. You just saw me put the broccoli on top of the steamer. So now we're adding 250 milliliters of double cream. And mix all that in. We're going to turn the heat down low and run it for about 10 minutes. Okay, so put a bit more pepper in at this stage. I know we put quite a bit of pepper on the chicken itself before it was cooked. Just add a bit more pepper. Don't need salt because the bacon is, the streaky bacon is quite salty, as it's smoked bacon. Now you want to put your chopped up herbs in. This will be the parsley, thyme and tarragon that you chopped up earlier. Let's mix it all in. Now you want to return the chicken and the bacon to the pan and cook for another 2 minutes, making sure that the chicken and the bacon are covered with the sauce. Love all those bacon bits. Dog loves them too, although they're not very good for her. Too fatty. Okay, that's pretty much done. Just leave it on the hob, turn the heat right down until you're ready to dish it up. So we're going to mash the potatoes now. With my very old-fashioned masher. I put a big knob of butter on into the mash as well, makes it creamier. I think I had some cream left over from what I added to the meal for the sauce, so I put that in as well. That's the last of the cream. I tend to find with mash, it's difficult to time everything so that it all finishes at the right time. But with mash, you can just chuck it in the microwave for 2 minutes and heat it back up again if you need to. Right. Okay, so now we're ready to dish it up. I'll put the chicken on first and then the sauce after I put the potato and broccoli on. Yum yum, that looks lovely. I think I must try and get some more decorative plates. I always use plain white ones. Plain white plates are not good for videos either. It's difficult to get the balance right. Now we're going to make a right mess here, putting the chicken on the plate.
It's a mess.
Should probably put the sauce just on the chicken as opposed to throwing it over everything. It doesn't change the taste, it's still lovely. Just doesn't look very good. Looks messy.
Well, I don't think you're going to get Michelin star for that. I'm sure it's how it tastes. Well, I'm sure it's very tasty. Jesus. And that's it. That's what you get. Looks a bit messy, but it looks very tasty. I'm not very good at dishing up. Sorry.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. You can actually vary whatever you have with the chicken. I use mash and broccoli, which actually goes quite well with it, but obviously the choice is entirely yours. If you like the video, then please hit the like button, and if you want to get notification of new videos coming out, then please subscribe. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you again, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye for now.